Did see this Red, obviously, already pretty recently last week go up against Pyro in what was probably the most exciting GvG we've seen so far. That was a 4-3 with Red over Pyro, able to just pull that out. And we're going to see, I think, probably mostly the same squad composition here. Although we do have a Thief now, the Daredevil, who he was playing Hollowsmith the last time we saw him. He's now going to be on Thief. So we have 5 Scourges, 5 Firebrands, a Druid, a Chrono, as I mentioned, the Daredevil, and 2 Spellbreakers on the side of Red. I don't know if you want to go to TTDs real quick.
You mean KnT?
That's right. I'm sorry. KnT, exactly.
Yeah, KnT is going to be running 4 Firebrands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Scourges. It looks like 2 Spellbreakers, 1 Thief who has not put on Food or Wrench yet, but is running Precision Sigil, and 1 Herald. It looks like, and a Chronoman. So to round out their 15-person. A little bit of a diversion. So
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Seeing some Herald play. That is a Power Herald, of course. No KnT Herald, unfortunately.
We have seen KnT, of course. I believe both times you saw KnT was in the Edge of the Mist.
Yes.
And they had 2 very successful, 2 very convincing 4-0 victories. We saw them previously go 4-0 over ODF, and then the first fight over 1 was the 2 GvGs that we already saw them. And we saw that Rev do a pretty good job. We saw them play very tight together, very compact, though. So definitely looking forward to seeing them again. Kind of the same as last GvG, although I'm hoping it doesn't end the same. I think Red should win this. I think Red, I'm predicting that they're going to come out victorious, but I definitely think KnT has the potential to take a couple rounds at least, definitely give them a run for their money. Obviously, those rounds we saw with TTD and BMO, they were very close rounds overall, except for maybe the 3rd round. And I definitely think that, you know, if BMO had played maybe just a little bit better, maybe a little bit more, a little bit quicker, maybe a bit more on those bubbles, they would have been able to take at least a round or 2 from TTD, but either way, I think KnT definitely has the potential, especially in Edge. I think that their playstyle really suits them in Edge of the Mist. So, looking forward to that. Any thoughts from you, Gregor?
I just want to see how, because we are in Edge of the Mist, the space between both guilds. I think KnT's starting a little bit farther back than normal. How that stealth plays out, if they're going to wait it out on both sides, maybe throw out some marks just to see if anybody pops, or if they're just going to try to rush in off of it. But see if the Chronomancers are running Veil for that secondary invis, because I assume the Thief is going to stealth for them and try to get those early domes off, try to get that early advantage. They were pretty good at it versus the ODF GvG, so I have high expectations of them performing well here.
Yeah. Looks like we're just waiting for 1 DC from KnT's side, and then we'll be ready to go. Definitely going to be seeing, I think, a bit more range play from KnT. You know, I think, like as you said, they have Heralds, and are they running an Ellie, by the way?
KnT is not.
Oh, okay, I couldn't remember if it was them or the guild that they fought the first time was running a Tempest, but
that was the guild they were fighting.
That was one, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, I think they're probably going to try to play a little bit more ranged, maybe, although we have, you know, I said that the last time, and they did play very, you know, pretty heavy melee ball, pushing into their bubbles, very aggressive bubbles coming out. You know, we actually saw some almost suicide Spellbreakers on KnT's side, so maybe we'll see that again. But, you know, definitely, I think they, you know, if they try to use that Herald to their advantage, it might go well for them, but they do need to be careful. We have seen Red has a lot of sustain, obviously with the 5 Firebrands and the Druid, and we're going to see probably that stealth coming out from the Druid mid-round as well. You know, the Chrono going to be supporting, of course. He's going to be, should be on Boonshare. And then, of course, the 5 Scourges. One of them, I'm sure, is going to be on Minstrel Healing Power, I would assume. Just checking the food right now. Looks like, oh, there's a power. We got some power food. We got some KnT food on some. I don't see any healing power food, though, so we might not be seeing any Minstrel Scourges from them, but not sure.
What I'm looking for as well. Nothing on the KnT side.
Either way, though, those transfusions they're going to be looking at, you know, maybe we would like to see some chain bubbles coming out from KnT to stop those transfusions from Red. And the Daredevil also going to be on power. He's not going to be running KnT, so different than the Daredevils we saw last GvG. Going to be seeing the power. And yeah. Firebrand's pretty standard. Druid, I'm sure, is just going to be full Minstrel healing. Spellbreaker's, of course, just going to be doing damage, dishing damage out. Now, for the first round, Gregor, do you wanna just view it as is, or do you think we should watch from Red.
Let's view it as is, so
right.
we get the full picture, and then we can go in more of an in-depth view in for Cupid Red.
Yeah, for sure. You've got Cube Stream ready though, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool.
I have it pulled up.
All right, so first round we're gonna watch as is, guys, from my point of view, and then we're gonna switch into Cube's point of view. I think that's probably a good idea. Mute player instruments. Where is that option?
If you press F11 and go to sound options, other players' unique sounds, player instrument volume, the slider. Yeah, slide it all the way down.
Yeah.
To the left. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. I like music. I'm a fan of music, and we all know that there's not a single Guild Wars 2 player with a musical instrument that isn't a musical prodigy, as it were. So, thank you very much. Oh no, I completely understand, kid. And also, if my game volume's a bit loud, guys, or if Gregor is too loud or too quiet, or I'm too loud or too quiet, just let me know. I'm more than happy to change volumes and stuff. But either way, still maybe waiting for that KnT DC. I don't know if you're in their squad.
No. There is every member of KnT is here.
All right. Fair enough. We will be able to start soon. Again, guys, this is going to be the third quarterfinal match of the tournament. We've got one more going to be coming up on Tuesday. That's going to be Tag versus Rise. And that's going to be at 9:30 p.m. EST. We don't have a streamer for that yet. It might be me, might be Gregor, might be Nalivan. Maybe seeing the return of Nolly, as we haven't seen him stream in a little while. But that's going to be the fourth and final quarterfinal match there. At the moment, we have two contestants for the semifinals. TBT, as they won yesterday over Ban. And then, of course, we just saw TTD for BMO, meaning they're going to be moving into the semifinal. And the winner of this match is going to be moving into the third of the last two semifinal spots, and they'll be going up against TTD next week. So, again, I'm predicting that we're going to see Red come out victorious here, which would mean they're going up against TTD for the first semifinal. And then I also think Tag is going to be able to beat Rise, meaning that they'd be going up against TBT in the next semifinal. But we do have a timer for the first round. That's going to be
4:30.
4:30. So 30 seconds, and we'll be 20 seconds now, actually. We'll be starting this first round up.
Excited to see the first approach. I wonder if it will...
Yeah, looking to see
this
smokes from both sides. Although we actually have seen veils from KnT usually instead of smoke blasting. But we're going to see the smokes coming out from KnT as well as Red. Both groups stealthed up. Let's see what happens. KnT coming out of stealth before Red, but both groups pretty far away from each other, so we shouldn't really have any issues here.
You can see the pet from Red. I don't know if that was a... Or what is that, but it was like a bit of a tell for KnT.
Yeah.
Who have now... stop, so I'm assuming they've...
Looks like we're restarting. Yeah, did someone DC from KnT, or...
No one from KnT is gone.
No one from Red either. Not really sure what that's going on.
I'm asking for a...
Alright, looks like first round canceled. First round timer anyway, so we're waiting for the next timer to come up. Not sure what the issue is. Oh, Red is telling me that they canceled.
Yeah. Somebody... Weaver put us in combat, yeah. So the TW guy put the KnT guys in combat before the round started, so...
KnT 1-0, yeah, exactly.
A little bit of a little interference.
Yeah, good run from KnT there. Nice bubbles coming out, but yeah, able to crack Red's staying there, but...
But we did see the stealth, so we know they're both going to be shooting for the stealth start, so...
Yeah, I guess that's probably why KnT came out of stealth so early there. You know, again, Edge of the Mists, especially with these Thieves, we're probably going to be seeing some re-stealthing, unless both groups end up very close to each other. But I would definitely assume we're going to see some re-stealthing. 2:45 going to be the next timer, so that's going to be 15 seconds. About. Oh, thanks for the host, Naru. Cheers, dude. Hope you had a good stream.
Oh, that's
hello to Naru's viewers. Hello. Ready for some intense GvG action. 10 seconds, and we're going to be bringing you the first round. KnT versus Red, battling for the first of the last two semifinal spots in this tournament. Let's see. Here we go. Stealth blast coming out from both. And Red still in stealth. KnT not coming out of stealth yet. There's a symbol there from KnT. They're pretty close to each other, actually. Red's still in stealth. Looks like a veil as well. Going to make sure.
From Red.
But they're popping marks, so KnT knows that they're there. No one low yet. There's a first bubble coming out
from the Red on the backside. Caught a few.
Yeah, a couple people from KnT stunned, but looks like they're going to be able to get out. No problem.
One
I
screen down for
say that.
KnT on the back.
Yeah, that Daredevil doing a lot of cleave with that
Gets
staff
rezzed
5 inside of KnT's stack. He's going to get rezzed. One Spellbreaker was pretty low. There's the
Dome
bubble.
out from KnT.
Second bubble from
Creating domes here.
Red as well. Going to be a downstate as well. A lot of pressure onto KnT. That's going to be a
well
well spike
down for KnT.
coming out from Red. Big spike there. One transfused, one dead. So we're going to see if KnT can get that res. He's at about 50%. They're getting cleaved out, though. Looks like they're going to have to leave it. There's the second bubble coming out from KnT. Not sure they're going to be able to do anything that with Red. One Scourge going pretty low from Red side, though, but he's going to get healed up. And a couple downstate from KnT in the backside. Looks like Red might be starting to run away with this. A lot of Scourge pressure coming out from Red. A lot of shades coming out from Red as well. One transfused from KnT, but again, another one lost. They transfuse one and they lose one, and looks like they might lose the transfusion as well.
KnT's got to create space. They're just balling on top of each other.
Yeah, that Herald not going to be able to do anything. And now there's going to be 3 downstate from KnT, 4 downstate maybe. All of them dropping into downstate. All of them very low. Couple break enchantments coming out from the Red Spellbreakers.
4 left.
That's going to be a ton of damage. That's got to, yeah, GG for sure. Round number 1 going to Red. KnT just did not seem to be present in that round at all. But very, very significant round from Red there. Very impressive round as well.
Yeah, I just don't know. You've got 3 or 4 down, and you're still trying to swirl with them. I think when you're losing people like that, you got to create some space, get your transfusion off. If you stay on top of them, they're just going to drop your shades, and they're going to put you out to pasture. But they might have something up their sleeve, so who knows? First round's always feeling each other out. Both two very good guilds, so.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So next round looks like we're going to be going to Cube's point of view, although the stream is a little laggy for me, so not sure how well. I was going to say,
it's also very delayed by about...
Yeah, it is very delayed. The round is still going on. Looks like maybe a minute or something.
By about a minute, yeah.
Yeah. That'll be interesting, but, you know, we'll have to just bear with it, I think, for now. Drop combat? What?
I think KnT has to be a little bit more aggressive. Their domes weren't as well placed. We saw at the very end there, they placed a dome, I think on their own down, but they were just, Red had already moved down. They weren't able to catch anybody off of it. I think they got the first dome, but kind of a bit too late. They clipped a little bit of the backside of Red, but anybody they got down was easily transfused out of it. They got to look to chain those domes together quite well. And from Red, I think that they're full power ahead. The melee ball, I think, suits them. They love that style of fight. I don't know if KnT's got to try to make something up, put them out of their comfort zone. They don't really have any type of reveal, so that kind of early stealth from the Veil keeps them a little bit longer than KnT can achieve, so that means they should be able to get the first engage. Timer has been called, guys, 3:30. So we'll get going in about 30 seconds time. Score is 1-0 Red, but we're going to a best of 4, so anything can happen here.
Right, Cube just told me she turned the delay on her stream off, so we might actually be a little more consistent here.
She has to restart the stream for that to change. Unless she did it through Twitch, but I still think she would have to restart the stream.
Yeah, I know. I'm still seeing the delay there, but let's try watching it. We'll see how it goes. So you want to go over to there. We're going to go to Red's point of view, one of the firebrands. That's going to be the firebrand Cube. Obviously, we're going to be behind a bit on the round. We're about a minute behind. So bear with us. We're going to be waiting another minute or so till this round starts. But either way, we got that. So 30 seconds on the stream now from Red's point of view. But yeah, I'd like to see KnT again. You know, maybe keep a little bit more range with that Herald. And just try and pressure a little bit more inside of their own bubbles. Try and get their bubbles off a little bit earlier. Try and pressure the Spellbreakers on a Red side a little bit earlier. But either way, we're going in 5 seconds here on the stream. From Red's point of view. Let's see what happens. Looks like we got Scepter probably focused just for Blast, I'm sure.
Yep. Yeah.
There's the Blast coming out from Red. There's the Blast coming out from KnT. Red moving up. And inventory is still open. Hopefully she.
I was gonna say, is there? Maybe you tell me that's something.
Re-stealthing, I think. Re-stealthing. There we go. Yeah. Looks like KnT coming out of stealth first. There's going to be an Emobe, good Emobe coming out from Red's side. There's the bubble as well. Going to be the counter bubble from KnT, though. That's going to be the first down. And Red actually, Cube going really low. She's going to get pressured hard, but
loaded too.
transfused out, and she's going to be okay. But a second bubble coming up from KnT. Very good bubble on top of that that transfusion from Red. And looks like Red going to be moving out of that second bubble from KnT. Going to be starting to apply some shade pressure on to KnT. KnT backed into a bit of a corner. They need to pressure Red back and get out of this corner if they can. Good shade pressure coming out from KnT for now. Looks like Red's going to be starting to pull back to their spawn. Just a couple, there's some Rev Hammers. We see resistance fields coming out. As we see Cube.
Creating that space.
Yeah, there's a first down state from
KnT. And then they're just going to push in.
Yeah, there's going to be that KnT down state finished. That's going to be Red just keeping the pressure up, cleaving this down state that they've got on top of them. Probably going to be able to make a second down state as well. That is going to be the second down state from KnT there. Yeah. And Red, got to be careful. There's a counter spike coming out from KnT, but don't think it's going to be enough as they've already lost quite a few players. Red, little CC'd here, but still just keeping that pressure up. Not on full melee range on top of KnT, but now they can start pushing in as they got 2-3 down states from KnT, just pushing straight onto KnT's stack.
Gonna snowball.
Pretty much, yeah, just snowballing them down. 4 down state now. They're going to be cracking this sustain from KnT 100%, and that should be the second round going to Red in this GvG.
They can't be fighting in there right at their starting spot. If they're going to stealth, they got to use some movement off of it. Going the left, right type thing isn't going to work against Red because they're going to have the stealth advantage. They're going to have the timers. So you got to try to trade places with them, make them run a little bit more to draw out that stealth or something, but letting them get that single target focus off, you just saw what they did with that Scourge. Just straight up loaded it up with everything immobes and just went to town on it.
All right, cool.
But it looks like they're
not gonna have a delay on the stream anymore for the next round. We can go into that again. I hope that's the first time we've done that, guys. Hopefully it worked well. But that is going to be 2-0 now for Red over KnT. Don't think we have a second or timer for the third round yet.
No. KnT did make a swap. It looks like they swapped out one of their Scourges for a Tempest.
Oh, so we're going to see maybe a bit more sustain coming out from KnT. How many Scourges are they going to have now?
They are running out with 5 Scourges. Let's check if any of them are yeah, they have 1 Transfusion Scourge. Should be... They have 1 running powers.
KnT POV. Hey, tell them to stream, man. The more streamers we get, I'm happy to look at anyone's point of view. I mean, assuming they're playing, of course. Anyways, though, yeah, it's going to be 2-0 for Red. KnT, though, I like to see them changing this comp up. I like to see them trying something different. You know, it didn't work the first 2 rounds, although, in my opinion, it was a bit more the play style issue as opposed to comp issue. But I mean, you know, maybe try and counter a little bit of the pressure sustain that Red has with that Druid, and maybe, you know, bring the Tempest in. Although I think Druid probably is a bit better support than Tempest, but I mean, the auras are obviously very strong on Tempest. He brings a bit more utility, I think, in general.
I think the utility it brings is super strong compared to a Tempest, but maybe Tempest is what they feel comfortable with. They don't have a player who can successfully pull off Druid, so
yeah, for sure. Other way, though, definitely hoping that KnT pulls something out here. You know, they had, again, you know, they got that first down we saw in Cube. You know, they got a really nice bubble out there in the beginning of that round, but they just didn't get anything off of it. And the second bubble that KnT had was nice, but there was no follow-up on it. Like, it was a really good second bubble coming out from KnT on top of the transfusion, where we saw Cube get transfused to, but you know, again, there wasn't a well spike. We didn't see any Ghastlies coming out from their Scourges. We didn't see any Spellbreakers, Hammer Stunning or anything. You know, we didn't see really anything coming out into that bubble, and KnT just turned around, basically, let them res, let them heal up, and then Red just pressured them with Shades. So,
it makes it puzzling then why rock the Heralds? They're going to be staying in that phone booth type fighting range of just... They're not utilizing the range that the Herald gives them, so why not swap it out to another melee heavy class and just, you know, you get a lot more from Scourge than you do Herald currently, just in terms of sustain and damage. So,
did you see what stances the Rev was on?
The Rev is currently running Jalis, and I don't know what the other.
It's got to be Glint if it's on Herald, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I can't imagine he'd be running anything else. But okay, yeah, Red is just telling me they swapped. KnT swapped one, and they're waiting for him to run probably that Tempest.
Yes.
But yeah, you know, I just... you know, like you said, the Herald is going to apply a bit more range pressure. Obviously, if he's on Jalice, he's probably not going to be full back line. Otherwise, you'd probably, excuse me, see him on Shiro. So that Jalice is going to be providing some support with the Dwarf Elite, of course. Maybe some stab roads. The taunt could be useful. The vengeful hammers are good for cleave. Mostly going to be prioritizing that elite over anything else, especially on pushes, especially on counter or enemy bombs, especially on reses. So, you know, hopefully they'll get some value from that. But for sure, if they're pretty much 100% of the time in melee range, it might not be as good. Maybe a third bubble would be better. Maybe a firebrand, another scourge could be better. You know, but overall, I really think that KnT just needs to try and get more from their bubbles. And I think it's sort of telling, you know, that I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they're scared of red or something, but I think that they should play a lot more aggressively. You know, and it's interesting because I feel like we saw them play a lot more aggressively again. You know, the last two GvGs, but this one they're playing really defensively. They're staying in their corner pretty much the whole time. And I think I mean, like I said, the last two times we saw KnT, I loved the way they played. I loved how aggressive they were being with the other guilds. And I definitely think if we see that again from them, they can absolutely take a round. They can absolutely beat red back. And, you know, I think that if they just get, you know, the second bubble they had, the bubbles were very good from KnT that round, but there just was no follow-up in it.
Do you think they try to go something a little bit cheeky then, try to mirror what red's doing? To have the Chronomancer run Veil just for that mid-round stealth, try to keep them...
I think their Chrono should be on Veil. I'd be pretty surprised if he wasn't.
I don't know if I saw it coming out. I know they blasted stealth, but...
anyways, 30 seconds going to be the timer for this third round. We're going to be switching back to Cube's point of view for this round. Get that set up there. And it's going to be 50. So she's about 10 seconds behind the actual round, which is fine. Or the actual timer. But, you know, that's certainly much better than we saw before. But that's going to be 10 seconds on Cube stream coming out for you. This is going to be round number 3, Red versus KnT. There's the Stealth Blast coming out right now on Red side. KnT as well. Red starting to move up on the side. Waiting for KnT to come out of stealth. There's the Veil from KnT. There's the time we're seeing it. There's the Veil from Red to counter that. That'd be a great time for KnT to bomb there, but
stealth's out.
And there's the first bomb, as well as the first bomb from Red. Sorry, bubble, I should say. One downstate, 2 downstate actually from Red. That's going to be a great first bomb from KnT, but they need that follow-up. There's the second bomb.
And they follow it up with another one. That's great.
There's going to be another downstate. That's hunting and downstate as well. KnT needs to keep on swarming this. There's going to be the second bubble to alleviate some of that pressure from Red. Looks like it worked for now, but KnT cannot let up. They've got to sustain, they got to regroup, and they got to put the pressure back onto Red. They can win this for sure, but they need to be on top of Red as much as they can. Looks like Red now being aggressive.
Into the corner.
Red starting to push in. Again, KnT against these cannons, and one downstate now from KnT. Looks like he's going to be cleaved out. KnT just not touching them. I mean, they're right on top of them, and it looks like Red's taking no damage right now. There's some water fields coming out from Red. Looks like the Mobs coming out from Red as well onto the focus target. Red doing a good job. And another downstate from KnT. Maybe even 2 from KnT. Come on, KnT. They have to.
I was going to say, it looks like their Connies are just having no effect. I don't know what's going on, but just the sustain out from Red is incredible right now. Just keeping them up constantly.
That downstate from KnT. Gonna get rezzed. Red still on the aggressive, though. KnT just cannot push them back. Maybe waiting for their bubbles to come off cooldown, but they are constantly on the back foot, constantly backing up.
It looks like there's some space.
Red. Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of pressure coming out from both sides. There's another water field coming out from Red on top of their stack. Red starting to push in now onto KnT. There's going to be a downstate immediately as they push in. A lot of pressure coming out from Red, but here's some good counter pressure coming out from KnT. There's the Red now standing in a well spike. They got to be careful. There's going to be one downstate. Is going to get rezzed. KnT just not able to finish that down, and they're starting to get pressured as well. The range pressure from Red starting to prove too much. Looks like that Scourge single target focus coming out from Red. There's a grab well, good grab well, and there's the first bubble coming out from KnT. Maybe going to be able to put Red back just long enough.
Like to see a mid-round Veil come out. They got to clear those targets.
Absolutely, for sure. There's going to be
top of that.
Firebrand going down from Red side, but he's going to get res no problem inside their stack. Resistance fields coming out. And a bubble now from Red side. They're going to be pushing onto KnT. Looks like they're going to catch 2 people. Looks like a pull there as well.
They caught their target.
2 players
caught 2 for it.
That's going to be 3 players, 4 players in one spike. Good grab wall coming out from Red side. And that is going to be the snowball for sure. Red moving swiftly ahead with this round. Looks like that's probably going to be GG as they turn around on this Firebrand inside their stack. And that is going to be GG. Round number 3 going to Red.
Yeah. Again, Red was able just to keep up the pressure. And just constantly be on top of KnT the entire time. Didn't give them space unless they wanted to. Red controlled the tempo of the fight, and they just pushed them wherever they wanted to.
Oh, and I got knocked off. Feels good, man. So time for me to run back. A little bit of streamer focus, maybe.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh,
unfortunate.
Well. Unfortunate indeed.
Take a little bit of a...
Yeah, it's okay.
Commercial break.
For sure, dude. Yeah, you know, I don't know. That was, again, KnT coming out a bit more aggressive that round, which is good. That's what I wanted to see from them. That's what I think they needed to do. But they just did not follow up again on those bubbles. They had 2 really good bubbles. They had a really good downstate in the beginning, but they weren't able to... Again, I don't know if they were scared to commit to it. I don't know what the reasoning was behind them not really pushing onto it. But as soon as they dropped the 2 bubbles, they basically just pulled off. And Red did have a good counter bubble there. But I think that KnT should have been able to push around it and, you know, keep committing Scourge pressure onto Red stack. Keep committing pressure from, you know, the Herald. Keep those Spellbreakers in the back line. They should have been able to get more from that. And they just were not able to there.
Just seems like something, all the cylinders aren't firing for KnT right now. Something's not working out. They're making a little bit of a comp change again, unless this... I think they're just swapping players around within the parties. Oh no, they brought out another Chronomancer, so...
Someone asking for the Scepter Shield build that Cube is running. It's pretty much it's the meta build for Firebrand. It's just you're replacing Mace with Scepter, and the reason for that is the single target Amob. It's a very good Amob, and if you... I mean, you've seen Cube using it on the target every time. It's going to be a nice single target Amob that they can land. I believe it's on like a 16-second cooldown, maybe 20 seconds. I haven't checked. Actually, I think I can open my weapons panel and tell you. It's going to be a 20-second cooldown, yeah. It also applies vulnerability. You get Might from the symbol on Scepter as well, which could be useful. A little bit of Might stacking there, but either way, that's going to be 3-0 Red over KnT at the moment, as I've just run back to my starting position. And, yeah, it's... I don't know. I mean, I think KnT looked better that round. The round lasted a little bit longer, but again, after the first engage, there was just nothing. It seemed like they were on the back foot the whole time.
And maybe that's something from their previous GvGs that they haven't experienced. They've been so aggressive before that they didn't have to deal with coming back from a push or getting pushed themselves. So maybe this is a little bit of a testing ground for KnT right now. They got one more round, I think, to try to pull out of it, but
yeah, you know, again, they can certainly come back from this, and that's what I'm hoping for. But you know, at the moment, it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to. And you know, it really is a testament to the amount of sustain that Red has. I mean, they were basically standing inside of KnT's wells for a couple of seconds, and it didn't look like any of them were really going low. There was a point where KnT had a pretty nice spike, where I think Red maybe stood a little bit too long in their wells, maybe a little bit too long in their damage. And they, you know, they did have quite a few lows. We saw Red go down, or Cube rather, go down to about half health, it looked like. So definitely good on KnT side. But, you know, again, just not enough to break that sustain from Red. Either way, we do have a round timer. It's going to be 3:30. So possibly last round. It is match point for Red. But we'll be moving, again, we're going to Cube's point of view for this possibly last round. Reverse sweep, wouldn't that be nice?
It has happened before, but not in this tournament, so.
Almost, though.
Anything is... Oh, yeah, almost, of course. Anything is possible.
Right. Moving over to Red's point of view. 15 seconds on her timer. Again, match point for Red. It is 3-0. Red over KnT. 5 seconds now for the round to start on Red's point of view. We're going to see the smoke blast coming up from both groups shortly. Right here. All right, both groups in stealth. Both groups waiting for each other to come out. Like KnT coming out pretty early there. Not sure. Looks like they're going to Veil as well. Red going to be reblasting stealth with that Daredevil. Avoiding the marks from the Necros there. Looks like they're going on a target. Red actually, Cube has the wrong target.
Yeah, they caught it.
But there's a bubble from both groups now coming out on top of each other. They're not going to catch anybody. Actually, a couple of Red guys caught in the back line very low. KnT should be able to get something off of that. And that's going to be first down state. Good bubble there. Really nice second bubble there from KnT. They need to stay on this, though. Red, Cube MIing in.
That was a dangerous MI.
That should definitely be a confirmed kill. At least one, if not two, for KnT. They're going to be standing on top of the downstate in the back. bubble coming out there from Red, but it's not going to be enough to stop this KnT pressure. KnT can't move away, though. They need to stay on top of Red.
I was going to say, they got to push. They got to be a little bit more aggressive.
And again, they're just getting backed into a corner.
Like,
Red's starting to counter push on them. They should have Wells ready. Good shade pressure coming out from Red. Sorry, from KnT, but that's going to be KnT downstate. Looks like Red might be able to try to cleave this out. Not getting transfused, not getting pushed out of Red's stack, and that's going to be the first downstate from KnT side. Red going to be able to cleave that out. And again, a couple pretty low players there on KnT side. Reflex Bubbles coming out from the Guardians. Cube going into Resolve now. Get that support heal going on for this next push from Red side. And Red, again, just standing in these shades from A&T as if it's not even touching them.
I was going to say that they're not doing any damage for some reason.
But he's 2 downstate.
That gets 2.
But again, there's the counter spike from Red is huge as 3, 4, 5 go downstate from KnT. That's going to be 2 at least cleaved out. KnT needs to regroup, and they need to counter bomb. If they can get a spike here, it might be enough to get some Red downstates, but not sure. Red starting to focus target now. This Scourge, there's the Emobes coming out. There's going to be another one on the other side. KnT moving away from this downstate, but that's going to be another kill for Red as they start moving forward. The snowball is in effect for Red at the moment.
Damage.
Pushing onto KnT, the resistance field, the toughness coming out. There's a bubble from KnT. Can they catch somebody? Cube is caught at the moment. Not sure if she's going to be able to get out. She is. She's fine at the moment. Into her stack. Healed up, no problem. Giving a little bit of space with this bubble, but Cube, Red starting to push through it. And there's going to be the bubble coming out from Red. This should be the beginning of the end for KnT.
Yeah, that looks like the finish right there.
2 downstate, 3 downstate, and another bubble coming out from Red as this has to be the end of the round for KnT. Red moving swiftly forward. Another 4-0, and Red is your 3rd semifinalist.
Yeah, just a single target focus from Red was, they were just able to control who they wanted to. And it looked like KnT was going for more of a group fight, and they just couldn't out-damage Red sustain. Whether that be from the Druid or just the superb rotations of their Guardians, but the damage wasn't there.
For sure. Thank you, though, to Cube for streaming that. It was really nice to see a point of view from another player. And for anyone else who's interested in doing that, definitely, if you want to stream your point of view for the next GvGs, we got 1 more quarterfinals and then the 2 semifinals and the 2 final matches. So if you want to stream your point of view there, just let me know. Or whoever is streaming the matches that night, let them know. And we can look at your point of view. But thanks to Cube for doing that. She linked her stream in chat as well, guys. If you want to give her a follow, you can. Definitely. But that's going to be 4-0 for Red. They're going to be moving on. KnT knocked out. Red will be going on to fight TTD next week. And that should be a good match. I think one of the matches we've been waiting for a while. Maybe even going to see a repeat of Red versus Pyro with a 4-3.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the most exciting one of the entire matchup so far. If it doesn't, it should not only meet the Pyro versus Red GvG, but it should beat it a little bit in terms of hype and skill. So that's the one I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, we've got 3 of the 4 semifinalists now. We've got TTD, we've got Red, and we've got TBT. TBT will be going up against the winner between Rise and Tag, which is going to be Tuesday. Again, streamer to be announced for that match. But let's just assume that Tag moves ahead. We've seen Tag play very successfully, very confidently. Tag, again, one of the stronger guilds coming into this. So assuming that Tag moves on, and they'll be fighting against TBT, and then we've got TTD and Red. What are you thinking for those semifinals, Carter?
TTD and Red. I'm going to say it depends on where it's fought. If it's fought in EOTM, I'll give it to Red. But if it's fought in the Guild Hall, I think it's TTD. I think the stealth advantage that Red accumulates by being in EOTM, kind of the distance between both groups, really helps them. And I think if they're more in that phone booth type fighting environment that the Guild Hall is, I think TTD can take it. Kind of nullifies the stealth a little bit, but